Hello and welcome to MetroArts. I'm your host, Cheryl Coonan. Here on MetroArts, we highlight some of the best in the business, from fine artists, photographers, and performing artists to cinematographers and musical artists, all from the Metro Detroit area. On today's show, we have Wayne State University's Director of Bands, Doug Bianchi, Professor Baz Michaeli, and performers from the Michigan Center for Capoeira, and musicians Ryan Dillaha and the Miraclemen. We'd like to welcome Professor Doug Bianchi to MetroArts. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
So you're the director of Wayne State Bands. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I'm the director of bands, that's my title, but it means that I do a bunch of other stuff. So we have big concert bands and small groups. We have two large concert bands. One's the Wind Symphony, that's our big main ensemble, I guess, for performers. Concert band, which is a general concert band for anyone at the university, and then we have a chamber wind ensemble that we draw out of various players from both ensembles.
Great. So you also conduct Mondays at the Max for students. What exactly is that and how did you get involved?
Well, we give our concerts at the Max over at Orchestra Hall now because we were looking for a better performing venue than the one we have on campus. We generally would perform at the Community Arts Auditorium, but that auditorium was never made for concert bands. You know, it was for a lecture hall basically, and it's very cavernous and it echoes a lot. It's very hard to balance the ensemble and get a really nice concert band or orchestra sound. So one day we had the opportunity of going to the Max and performing, and we gave it a go, and everyone liked it, and so that's where we are now. I think this is our third year of performing there.
Very nice. And you've got your conducting degree from Oakland University, and you've conducted all over Metro Detroit.
Yes.
How has your career evolved?
Well, first of all, I got my bachelor degree at Wayne State, and when I went to get a master's degree, I didn't want to be one of those people that said those that can do, those that can't teach, so I wanted to get a performance degree. And I was given a high school job, quite by accident, and I decided to up my game. So Oakland University had a program to train conductors, orchestral music. Well, that sounded great. I got accepted to the program, and the rest was kind of history.
Sounds like it was kind of a natural progression then.
Yes, I actually wanted to study composition and was accepted to the composition program, but when I got the high school job, I decided I better work on being a better conductor, and that, you know, the rest is like history, as they say.
So how is conducting each band different?
Well, our Wind Symphony is our top ensemble, and we have a lot of performance majors in there, and those are people that want to play in a professional orchestra one day. And so we run that very much like a professional rehearsal might go. In other words, I don't spend as much time on technical issues and, quote, teaching. It's expected that you know your part when you come there, and we try to get to the musical message right away. Now with the concert band, we have a lot of non-majors, and we also have education majors that play on a secondary instrument, like another horn that they're not good at, and they want to get more experience. So there has to be a lot of hands-on teaching there. So I spend a lot of time tinkering that I might not in the Wind Symphony.
Okay.
And then the chamber winds, it's a very intimate kind of setting. And there, again, that's more for those that want to be professionals, so we can study another kind of literature. And actually in that ensemble, the goal is for me not to conduct them. Like I rehearse them, get things ready, and then they have to do that themselves.
Interesting, so kind of all over the board there.
Oh yes, exactly, exactly.
And I know you started out conducting at L'Anse Creuse North High School, and then you transitioned to a university level. What was that transition like?
Well, it was different in so many ways. For example, when I left L'Anse Creuse North, I had a marching band of 200 students, and I came here and there were 19. So you can imagine just the numbers. Right. The players at Wayne State were far superior, but there wasn't as many of them, so I could form a balanced ensemble. So though they could play better, it was harder to make a band. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. Very interesting. Now, if someone wants to learn more about Mondays at the Max or Wayne State Bands, where could they go?
Well, they can go to our website. That's music.wayne.edu, or they can call the main office at 313-577-1795, and we'll be happy to let them know what performances are at hand. By the way, it's not just the bands. We have the orchestra and the jazz bands and the choirs also perform at the Max, so there's lots going on there.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us today.
My pleasure.
Up next, we'll enjoy a Mondays at the Max performance. You're watching MetroArts on Detroit Public Television. At MetroArts, we've been on the streets talking with you about the cultural scene in the Detroit area.
I think that the DIA, of course, is the cornerstone of the art scene in Detroit. Of course, I know that there are several thriving galleries in the area, both in downtown Detroit in the Cultural Center as well as in some of the surrounding suburbs. And of course, Wayne State University plays a huge role in promoting the art scene here in Metro Detroit.
I went to the symphony, Detroit Symphony, for the very first time last May, and they played the music of Lennon and McCartney, and it was very special.
Joining us now is Professor Baz Michaeli of the Michigan Center for Capoeira. Welcome to MetroArts.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So what is Capoeira?
Capoeira is an Afro-Brazilian art form that combines elements of martial arts, dance, acrobatics, music, and culture into a game.
Wow, lots. Where did it originate?
It originated about 300 to 400 years ago in Brazil. At that time, slavery was very popular. There were slaves that the majority of them were African and native from Brazil when they worked at plantations. And at that time, what we know is that around that time, capoeira started to evolve. Today, it's actually practiced all over the world, but that's the only place that we know that it actually evolved.
That's where it started. And music is an element to capoeira. How important is music to the art form?
Music is the most important element in capoeira, actually. It not only gives us a rhythm to move to, it also reminds us and teaches us about the history, because through the songs that we sing in capoeira, we learn a lot about the history, and it's like a story from teacher to student, father to son. And it also connects us to the Brazilian culture.
Very cool. So I know in 2004 you became a certified capoeira instructor, and then 3 years later you opened the Michigan Center for Capoeira. How, since then, have you been working to promote your center in the community?
Well, it actually started as us volunteering for Relay for Life. We started with doing a performance at a Relay for Life event in downtown Farmington, and from there it got really popular. People started asking us to do more performances and demonstrations at different kind of festivals, art fairs. Then we got invited to elementary schools, allowing us to work with kids and teenagers, high schools, universities, colleges. We're going all over the place doing performances right now.
Very nice. And you have several locations, correct?
Yes. We teach at Franklin Athletic Club, Troy, and in Novi.
So you've grown quite a bit in a short amount of time.
It's growing.
Can anyone come to the center and learn?
Of course.
You have to have any experience?
No experience is necessary, not whatsoever.
Well, what are your future aspirations for your center and for capoeira in general?
My goal is to get our capoeira center to grow, that it will enable us to work with youth, teenagers, and students, young adults around the Metro Detroit area, allowing us to educate them and share capoeira with them so that every person will know what capoeira is.
Awesome, that's great. So where can people go to learn more about the center and kind of see what you guys do firsthand?
They can go to Franklin Athletic Club or basically to visit our website. It's the Michigan Center for Capoeira.com, or its initials is TMC4C.com.
Great. So thank you so much for joining us
today.
Thank you. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you very much.
Up next, we're going to see a performance by the members of the Michigan Center for Capoeira. You're watching MetroArts, produced at the Midtown Studio at Wayne State University. And now let's welcome Ryan Dillaha and the Miraclemen to the Midtown studio. Here's On Her Mind.
Hit it, Timmy.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ended up with me on her mind. Baby smoked her last cigarette so long ago, she can't even remember her brand anymore. She quit all the things that were taking all her time and ended up with me on her mind. When we first met, she'd throw them down like they were going out of style. Now she ain't touched a drop in a lot longer than a while. She always thought she'd meet a man, he'd be so nice and kind. She ended up with me on her mind. She ended up thinking about the way things used to be and how the songs I used to play made her believe. She ended up thinking about the way love almost was about enough to make her forget how to leave. Baby, stop believing in love so long ago. She can't even remember what it was that she'd hoped for. She looked for a reason or a changing of the sign and ended up with me on her mind. She ended up thinking about the way things used to be and how the songs I used to play made her believe. Ended up thinking about the way love almost was about enough to make her forget how to leave. Stop believing in love so long ago. She can't even remember what it was that she'd hoped for. She looked for a reason or a changing of the sign and ended up with me on her mind. Ended up with me on her mind. Ended up with me on her mind.
That was awesome. Great job.
Thank you.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. So your sound is not quite country, not quite rock and roll. How would you classify it?
Yeah, it's all of those things. Certainly, we like to use the phrase Detroit Americana, just because Americana, people think of a little bit more banjos and beards and such, and we like to include other American music influences like Motown and rock and roll and lots of other things.
Very nice. So you must have a very diverse fan base?
We do. We get all kinds at our shows, certainly. Common denominators, you have to love to dance and have fun.
Very nice,
Yes.
very nice. And I understand you were in Nashville recently. How was your Detroit Americana sound received?
Oh, it was very well received. We had a blast down there. We played at a club called The Basement, which is underneath Grimey's Records, which is a real cool place. Had a lot of folks there. It was part of a larger 16-city tour that we did with the band. It was a whole lot of fun.
Nice.
Yes.
And who would you say are your musical influences?
You know, another wide array of people. We love the band as a direct influence and the other things they're influenced by. I love Motown. I think of the catchiness of those songs when I'm writing songs. A lot of older rock and roll stuff.
Cool. And what's on the horizon for Ryan Dillaha and the Miraclemen?
We'll have a record out here very soon. That's the main thing we're focused on, recording.
That's
It's
pretty
gonna be
big,
fun. Yep,
pretty
we
big.
got all the songs, just need to lay it down.
Cool. Where can people go to learn more about you guys?
Our Facebook page is something we definitely update and keep in touch with, is at Ryan Dillaha and the Miraclemen. And we also have a website, which is ryandillaha.com.
Great. And I understand you're going to play another song for us called Who Made You?
Yes.
Great, well, take it away. Here's Ryan Dillaha and the Miraclemen on MetroArts Detroit.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Winter chill is on the wing. Looks like we might see another spring. Love of God's and love of a girl. Damn, you make it a pretty world. Who made you? Who made your eyes? Who made them sparkle so in the morning light? Who made you everything I need? And all that I've been longing for, and all that I can see. Who'll show you the way? Leads right from my darkened room to brighter days, better days. Pull the shade of my window down. The moonlight makes me drunk and bound to drown. When you make love, you make it count. And making sense ain't what love is all about. Who made you? Who made your heart? Who made it feel all raw and torn apart? Who made you everything I need? And all that I've been longing for, and all that I can see. Who'll show you the way? Leads right from my darkened room to brighter days, better days. Who made you? Who made these hearts? Who made them feel all raw and torn apart? Who made you everything I need? And all that I've been longing for, and all that I can see. And who'll show you the way? Leads right from my darkened room to brighter days, better days.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. I'd like to thank our guests, Doug Bianchi, Baz Michaeli and his Capoeira performers, and Ryan Dillaha and the Miraclemen for joining us today. I'm your host on MetroArts, Cheryl Coonan, reminding you to foster your own creativity and always support the arts wherever you go.